Actually, I see, I was, so the transport, eventually, after saying, oh, I got him, you know. He says, oh no, I found you the bed, like, you know, where is it? It said, Ward 2, on the old part of Freeman, from, you know, that's, like, you know, Freeman's, like, I worked on the Freeman when I was a youngin', you know, but, so, I knew where it was. It was really across the other side, the old part of the hospital, 40 years ago, you know, and, that was 40 years ago, 42, something like that. So takes us across there, and so I ends up on this ward with a bunch of geriatrics. In the, oh, I don't have any idea what they were, but they all had bags on them and they were all pissing blood, like, you know. Oh, God. Well, wait, not all of them did, but, you know, some could do the bed and that, you know. And I see this guy, I says, where's the toilets? He says, oh, it's at the end of the thing. I'm like, all right. So I went to the toilet, got in the toilet, and he spewed. And I thought, somebody shit on the floor, man, you know what I mean? Oh, it was disgusting. It was honking. Why they couldn't come and clean it up, you know? Why didn't, instead of just leaving it there, you know, well, they looked like they tried to wipe it up, like, you know, on the, but it was a big streak on the floor, like, run just the side of the toilet bowl. You know, and I thought, oh, I mean, it was just lifting, you know. And so stuck on there all night. I couldn't sleep at night, you know. Like, I was just tossing and turning because it was a strange ward. I mean, I must admit, like, I think I got what I call it now when people are institutionalized, which is weird. So any case, like, sort of like the next day, this guy's saying, like, you know, one of these old fellas is saying, he says, I've got I've got the runs, like, you know. And she went, you've got the runs. She said, oh, diarrhea and that, you know. And she went, you'll have to be isolated. So, like, I'm stuck with this, you know, there's a guy, like, he's coughing his guts out and stuff like that, and he's got, you know what I mean, and he's shitting all over the floor. I think it was him. And I thought, you know, I'm supposed to be getting out, like, in a freaking hospital. And he's getting isolated, and I've been on the ward 24 hours with him, and it was 24 hours, and 12 hours, but you know what I mean. So I got ready because I thought the doctor at 32, ward 32, or the new part, the renewal said he was letting this guy at 7 o'clock in the morning. So I got ready. Dialysis was 7 o'clock in the morning. And so I got ready 6:30 to get for dialysis. So I'm sitting waiting in the television room. And the nurse was coming, do you want some breakfast? And I said, no, I'm going to, you know, like 7:30. I thought, well, what the hell's going on here? And, you know. And she says, well, I'll go and check for you. So they said, oh, your dialysis could be any time because you're inpatient. I thought, you're kidding on you. Well, what happened, what these regular slots, like I say, were Tuesday, Thursday, and a Saturday, but it was 7 o'clock in the morning, and they changed them to 7 p.m., 7 at night. So that means, like, sort of, you can't do there downstairs, which I was upstairs at 32, down to 31, and so you can't do there whatever time, 7 o'clock. Well, if they take you down there for 7 o'clock, it's going to take you half an hour to put you on the machine. So you've got 3 hours I've got 3 hours dialysis. So 3 hours, so 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10. So you're 10. And it takes you half an hour to come off the machine because you've got to stop the bleeding on the thingamajiggy, you know, on your arm and that, you know. So there's 11 o'clock. Then you've got to wait for the porter to take you back, you know. So that, especially on a Saturday night, like, that's just chronic, that's just dreadful, that, like, you know, because they're all busy, you know, and well, you can imagine, like, it's a busy hospital on a Saturday night. So I wasn't keen on having the first war last, when I tell war last year, went crackers, you know, because she goes in on a Saturday night, you know, I mean, I look after the bends, you know. Well, only not every Saturday night, but, like, you know, once in a blue moon. Well, that's just snook at her, so, but I've had a word with the staff, and they said, well, just ask for a slot, a morning slot, you know. So I'm going tonight. Obviously, it's Saturday, 7 o'clock, so I'll not be till. But again, after they phoned up yesterday and said, "Oh, yeah, slots, your slot's 7 o'clock. Be ready 2 hours early." So it's 5 o'clock. So I got ready for 5 o'clock. So if they come at 5 o'clock, I've got to be 7 o'clock to get 2 hours for my 7 o'clock slot. It's just going to be a nightmare, you know what I mean? But there's not what you can do with it, you know. You're like basically up there, you know, you're stuck, you know. There's no getting rid of it, you know. So I'm going to ask for it. They said, like, what was it? I forgot what I said. Oh, that's sweet. They said if you when you go in and see the nurse, see if you can if somebody wants to change slots or somebody wants, I can't say them changing to get a night time slot myself, or where you got is satellite units. There's one in Washington, which is not far from where I live, Washington. There's a satellite real dialysis unit there. So if somebody gets turfed to one of the satellite units, like, so I could, I mean, technically have, if they've got a like sort of 7 o'clock in the morning slot, I could finish there 7 o'clock in the morning slot. But it's you just, you know, I mean, you talk to someone, you know, say, oh, there's loads of, have crack on with people. It's not. They didn't want to talk to you, you know. They might be different later on, like, but I think basically most of them just don't want to talk to you. I mean, no offence, like, you know, like sort of, there was two Asian lasses on one day, 1 hour there and 1 hour here, and they both had iPhones and they were listening to like sort of that of an hour. I think they were listening to Asian television, and both were different channels. So I've got my earphones on watching shite, you know, because there's no on now. We got at least got free telly, I suppose. We've only got 5 channels, so I'm watching. Well, I don't even know what I was watching, you know. And the telly was just on, and I was just trying not to have. I would hear the iPads or iPhones or whatever they were, and there was a guy in the next bed. Every time an advert, he was watching the telly. And every time an adverts were coming on, he was whistling. I thought, give me a break, man. You know, I mean, I can't just kind of win in this place. But I mean, that was last Thursday. I mean, it was out with. Or was it Saturday? I can't remember. Whatever it was. No. But no, that was a Tuesday. Wednesday, no, Thursday wasn't so bad. That was alright, you know what I mean? They were, the two lasses were doing the bottom, because I think it's first come, first serve. You just got bang, bang, bang. There's a row of beds all the way around, and you just get to the first bed. If you walk in and there's a bed there, you just take that bed. You just take the bed. I mean, you could go that way, I suppose, but they chose to be. They were doing the bottom from me this time, so I wasn't particularly bothered, you know. And but they put us on a chair this time. I've been on beds, you know, and I didn't like the chair. But so I went to walk in, like, you know, and she goes. She's pointing to the chair and she's sitting there, you know, and I says, I'm not having that chair, like I says, because I lifted the cover up, you know, knock, you know, well, how I couldn't sit in that crap, you know. And she went, well, I'll give you like a memory foam pad, you know, like sticks, so she gets that sticks and sits in there, you know. Well, that's not bad, really, you know. Better than a complete bloody, whatever it was, you know. I'm not saying it wasn't concrete, you know, I mean, it was plastic, but hard plastic, but I didn't, you know. Who designed it? God knows, you know what I mean. But I took that, the nurse to take that, I can see that. That's, the blood's gone in, but it's taken just as he switches the machine on, so they're sucking the blood out, the bottom line before it. Oh, God, just changed over there. Right. So, changed over. So that's the line, me on the lines. Bring this back up, sign in. So that was, that's blood in, blood out. So I forget which is which, you know, if you have a look, gone back and have a look, one is blood in, one is blood out. because it's better if you do bunty, because you can do a 2-line or a 1-line. I think it started off on 1 line, but my fish there was quite good and quite fat in it, so this is, well, we'll give you 2 lines, so it's double the pain, you know what I mean? But here or not, the NHS has run this stuff pretty quickly. As far as plus another thing on like late on a Saturday night, everything you start to run out of. They start to run out of gear. They run out of spray. They will run out of they will run out of spray. Thursday they will use the last tin of numbing spray on me. You know what I mean? I run out of bandages. I had to scrounge bandages from another ward. Ridiculous. So it's better off getting done during on the morning because they've got gear. You know? It's disgraceful, really. You know, I shouldn't laugh. But thanks for listening.